Hello there, Speed Duelists! Welcome back to another tournament review. Today we are doing Duel Showdown number 209. It had 13 players, 12 active players, but that's a pretty good turnout. These tournaments are held every Sunday evening on DuelingBook for free, so maybe next week you could be one of the players in these events. So a lot of matches to get through. Let's start off with the first one. It's going to be Voidmaster versus Bubblecat. And Voidmaster is on Dark Gaia with Toons for some reason, and Bubblecat is on Cloudians, so two decks we don't see too often. So I'll go over the Cloudian skill. Every time Cloudian gets a fog counter, it gets an additional fog counter, so that's pretty good. Voidmaster is going to start with Allure of Darkness and draws no darks. So he's gonna scoop it up. That's very speedy. Yeah. Like you see your opponent is playing Cloudians and still you try to go for the OTK. That's wild. That's wild. And, yeah, it's not like Voidmaster could have OTK'd because they were going first. But anyway, here is a special summon of Toon Mermaids. And I should probably go over this skill. It basically lets you start with Toon World on the field, but it has like no protection or anything. So Bubblecat gonna set and is gonna activate Cloudian Squall. During the standby phase, it gives every monster on the field a fog counter. So thanks to the skill, it's gonna be 2 fog counters. And here is a Cloudian Altus, not to be confused with Atlas, but when he is summoned, he gets a fog counter for each Cloudian on the field, and you can remove 3 fog counters to discard a random card from the opponent's hand. But, yeah, it only has 2 for now. But luckily the Cloudians all cannot be destroyed by battle, so this Altus might stick around. But Voidmaster is gonna snipe the back row with Nightbeam, is gonna Allure of Darkness, and now getting to a dark. Trade-in lets him discard the Desgardius. And yeah, Dark Calling is going to be activated, fuses from the hand and or graveyard, so that is going to fuse the Desgardius with the Magna Warrior. That's going to be a 6/8 attack Dark Gaia, so instantly one-shots. Okay, so Voidmaster making the comeback. But let's see what Bubblecat has in store for us. They are going second, so Voidmaster choosing to go first. That's a move, yeah. Here is Toon Table into Toon Table into Toon Mermaid, so apparently only on 2 Toon Tables. Special summoning the Toon Mermaid and normal summoning Dr. Frankenderp. Here is the boy. When he's normal or special, you can pay 500, banish the... Oh wait, what was it? Look at the top card of your deck, put it on the bottom of the deck, or reveal it, add it to the hand, but skip the next draw phase. Yeah, so it basically lets you draw 1 for free. Okay. It's gonna look at the top card. It's gonna be Valkyrion, so that is gonna be added to the hand. So next turn, Frankenderp will skip the draw phase. We see that Bubblecat is on a legendary ocean, activating Cloudian Squall. Setting 1, and here is the Altus again with 2 fog counters. It is going to attack over the Dr. Frankenderp. Now Voidmaster has to skip the draw phase, and the opponent catches it, luckily. So Nightbeam on the Quaking Mirror Force. The Toon Mermaid can get in directly. Funnily enough, it is boosted by the Legendary Ocean. That's that's comedy right there. Anyway, Cloudian Squall is going to give 2 more counters thanks to the skill. Is going to use... Ah, yeah, the Mermaid also gets counters. Altus will be using its effect, and it can remove fog counters from anywhere on the field. So it removes 2 from Mermaid, 1 from itself to discard, and then removes 3 more from itself. Here is a Beatstick, the Warrior of Atlantis, that is going to attack over the Mermaid, and that is going to be GG. So Cloudians moving on to the round of 8, let's see. Okay, here is a Snowier. We have seen them a couple of times. They were always on this crazy fusion-based deck, and I'm really hoping for them to do well one time. And Max Beer is on XYZ Unions. We haven't seen his deck in a while. Anyway, Snowweir is gonna pay half the life points for a lucky Cup of Ace, so he's gonna be drawing 2. And seems like Snowweir is just on the coin deck this week. It was kinda hit on the ban list because you can no longer play Waboku alongside your Cup of Ace, but I guess that's fine. We're also seeing a Super Poly set, and Max Beer doesn't really have any place, so Nightbeam is gonna snipe the back row, the Twin Barrel Dragon is gonna destroy the X head cannon, and yeah, this is a 3000, but it gets met with Quaking Mirror Force. Okay, so Max Beer can make a comeback maybe, but Snowweir has regular poly for for the Dyna tank. So that's still gonna be 3000 because it only gains the attack of the dinosaur material, and that attacks over the White Dragon Cannon. Max Beer drawing the Union Hanger, but does he have targets left? He has a Z in hand. I think he still has a Z left in deck, but he might want to keep it there. Yeah, to resolve the Union Hanger effect on summon. Apparently he did not. Yeah, because the add effect on summon is on activation is optional. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Anyway, normal summon Z, use the skill, so put a card on the bottom of the deck from your hand to fusion summon using the grave or field. And here we're gonna see the big bad guy, XYZ Dragon Cannon, but with only one card in hand, that's not gonna be enough, right? Yeah, the Dyna tank can just attack over it, and I think that's all she wrote. Yeah, activating the new Union Hanger, adding the Metal Tank, and just setting it. But here is, yeah, Twin Barrel Dragon. That's still not gonna be enough for game if this misses, so yeah, and it is gonna miss, so just attacking over it, the big guy gets in directly, Max Beer draws and passes, but it's gonna be Union Scramble. That's a return from the different dimension for your XYZ pieces, so gets to stay in the duel a bit longer, but it's gonna have to draw out to the big guy here. And Max Beer is finally gonna admit defeat. Yeah. So we're going into game number 2. Max Beer opening with XYZ and Union Hanger, and Snowweir just opening with Twin Barrel Dragon. Don't think that's correct to just summon it, because XYZ Union cannot OTK you. They don't have the tools for it. Now it's gonna be Y equip Z. Is Max Beer going for the fusion summon? I think so. Yeah, because he does have the Union Scramble. So yeah, now the Union Scramble is live. We see the YZ attacking over the Twin Barrel Dragon, but Snowweir, like clockwork, draws the Dyna base. Is gonna special summon it and is gonna go for a big fusion summon. Strangely using the Dogoran and not the Ultimate Tyranno. I guess the Dogoran is more useful in the hand, so you want to keep it for later in the duel. But Max Beer in the end phase is going to use Union Scramble. And again, all the Zs were drawn. Oh no, they were on 3 copies of Z Metal Tank, so they could have had another one. But man, this looks grim for Max Beer yet again. They are gonna, just hard summon the XYZ, pitch 1 to destroy the Dyna tank. That's gonna revive the Dogoran, but pitching another, and that's gonna destroy the Dogoran. So okay, they are in a very solid position now. Yeah, you see, if they had kept their Dogoran, they could have now Kaiju'd the XYZ, special summon their own Dogoran, make him crash, but yeah, now that's not gonna happen. So we are going into a game number 3. let's see, it looks like Snowier is choosing to go first with coins. That's odd. But here is a Lost Wind and setting the Dyna base. Max Beer not opening Union Hangar this time, so the X is gonna ram into the base. And oh, here is a dinosaur. Yeah. Twin Barrel Dragon is gonna snipe another back row, but Breakthrough skill is chained. So the Dino summon won't be for this turn. Snowier still resolving the Twin Barrel Dragon. Man, that's gonna be rough. Yeah. Yeah. X attacks over it. And now we can potentially see the big fusion come out. Although Book of Moon is chained to the Twin Barrel Dragon. And Snowier, I guess he really likes tossing the coins. So yeah, effect of Dyna base is gonna fusion summon the Dyna tank. But this is gonna run straight into the Quaking Mirror Force. Yeah, yeah. And the Fate goes face down, 3 turns have passed. The X can attack over the Twin Barrel Dragon, but yeah. Snowier now has to Cup of Ace blind, and heads doesn't always shred, it seems. Yeah, the Z is summoned, and this can attack over the fusion. But XZ is first gonna destroy face down spell or trap. But Lost Wind is chained. Oh, it's gonna halve the XZ permanently. So we still have a bit of game left. Although Max Beer is gonna pull the trigger, summon X and Z. Here is Union Hangar, that's gonna add Y. Z is gonna equip. Y is gonna be normal summons. And Max Beer is gonna hard fusion summon the XYZ Dragon Cannon. Yeah, that is gonna work. Gonna pitch one to destroy the Dyna tank, and yeah, that is still gonna activate to bring back the dinosaur. Does Max Beer have an out for that? I assume so. They are attacking it. Lost Wind in a damage step. Yeah, that's good. And now Snowier has to top deck another dinosaur. And he does! That's insane! Okay, okay. Still in the game. Here is a special summon of Dyna base. Use the effect to fusion summon. Here is another Dyna tank. And oh, Lost Wind from the graveyard is going to be set. Yeah, that's going to be a crucial one. Yeah, tries to attack over the XYZ, but there is a Quaking Mirror Force. So I guess this duel is almost over. Book of Moon is chained to the XYZ, but it can just be flip summoned, right? But Max Beer is not going to do that. Instead, we're going to see the return of Ultimate Tyranno. Thanks to Dyna Tank's effect, it's going to try to attack over the XZ, but it's going to be hit with the Lost Wind. Still gets over, but in the end phase, here is another Union Scramble. So yeah, Max Beer is going to take this one. What a grindy game. Here is Domoski, so probably a bit less grindy, and he's up against a generic user who is on, yeah, I saw this in the Discord. They are like a Diamond Dude Turbo deck, so very cool. I hope we get to see it in action. Their skill is Aroma Strategy, which allows you to always look at the top card of your own deck. Generic user is going second. Domoski is going to get punished for just passing on an empty board. Donzaluk is going to snipe the Mystical Space Typhoon. Okay. Domoski, yeah, he only has rocks, so the curse is definitely real. Here is a Archfiend's Oath, and since generic user can always see the top card of the deck, they will always call it correctly. Yeah, Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell in the main deck against Dark Gaia. That is insane. But yeah, if he sets it, Domoski is gonna know exactly where it is set. Anyway, we're gonna see Battle Survivor coming out, and this is enough for game. But with that Cursed Seal in the main deck, that is insane. I guess Generic User just has a lot of spells that are dead in the hand, so yeah. And we're seeing more cool cards. We see Memory Loss. I loved playing this card back in like the format with Boojins and stuff. When an attack position monster activates the effect, negate the effect, and put it in defense position. I'm not sure whether Gaia activates in modern formats, so I would have to check on the card text when it comes out. So Generic User is gonna Rota for DD Warrior. Battle Survivor is gonna be normal summoned, setting 2 back row. And Nomoski is gonna play it slow. They don't have a Fiend, so yeah. DD Warrior is gonna come out. Waboku is gonna protect, and this is gonna be Absorbing Jar, so blowing up both of Generic User's back row, but they do get to draw 2 cards. But Nomoski needs a Fiend. He does have the Vortex Trooper. End of the battle phase, the Battle Survivor can take back cards. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But Nomoski says, oh, you missed the chance. Yep. Generic User, very sportsmanlike, just says, yep, that's on me, and puts the card back. Okay, Vortex Trooper is summoned. Nomoski putting his 2 cards back, draws another rock. Yeah, that's life, I guess. No Fiends inside. He's gonna try for it. Here is a drag down. Gonna pitch the opponent's double cyclone. Can Nomoski draw a Fiend? No, it's another Absorbing Jar. Okay. But he is gonna get another draw thanks to Vortex Trooper. And here we're gonna see the deck in action. Diamond Dude is gonna reveal the top card. If that's a normal spell, it will resolve the next turn, but it's not. It's Offerings. Battle Survivor attacking over the Vortex Trooper. Nomoski draws a card. There is his Fiend. The Warrior attacks over the Absorbing Jar. Yeah, that should have banished both, so players are missing that. And the Diamond Dude gets in directly. In the draw phase, we're gonna see Mind Crush for Dark Calling, but if Generic User had been paying attention, you would have known that this is Dark Fusion. So yeah, Mind Crush for Dark Calling might be good. We see Generic User discarding 1. Did they discard randomly? Doesn't look like it from the lock. Okay. We have to discard randomly for Dark Gaia. Anyway, we are going to see Dark Fusion fusing Absorbing Jar with Raviel. So that's going to be only 4/6 on this Dark Gaia. That can attack over the Diamond Dude, and now Generic User is too low to crash the Warrior Lady. And still in the battle phase, the Diamond Dude is added back. Okay, Generic User needs a good draw here, and that's not it. It's a Megaton Magical Cannon, remove 10 spell counters to destroy all cards the opponent controls, and it's purely here for the Diamond Dude. But yeah, that's gonna be a miss. And we're going into a game number 3. Wow, we've had some long games so far today, so this is gonna be an hour-long video. Duel Showdown number 209, the movie. Anyway, we are gonna see Nomoski go first. Generic User has the Diamond Dude, and that is the beginning of the end build. To activate this card, you need 7 or more Dark Monsters in the graveyard. For costs, it banishes 5 of them, but the effect of the card is draw 3 cards. So next turn, this Diamond Dude is gonna net Generic User 3 cards. So yeah, pretty insane. Generic User is gonna set 2 of them, the Memory Loss and the Hallowed Life Barrier, and the Diamond Dude gets it. Nomoski has a Rock and a Fiend. He's gonna enter the main phase, is gonna activate Night Beam, target the Memory Loss. Not gonna chain the Hallowed Life Barrier to that. If Nomoski had another Night Beam, that would have been that would have been it. Anyway, generic user goes to the main phase, draws 3 cards thanks to the beginning of the end. It's gonna normal summon Battle Survivor, is gonna Diamond Dude again for Diamond Dude. So that's a miss, but it goes to the bottom of the deck. And generic user tries to attack for gain, but there is Waboku. And now Domoski is forced to go for it. He's gonna pitch 1 card to add Dark Fusion. Activates Dark Fusion, fusing the Valkyrion and the Raviel. So that's gonna be a massive Dark Gaia. Yeah, 7/5. Dark Fusion is gonna summon another massive Dark Gaia. And is gonna attack over the Diamond Dude, but here is Hallowed Life Barrier. You discard a card and it's basically Waboku. But it also works against effect damage, I guess. Yeah. And pitching the dead beginning of the end. That's good. So now, generic user does have to clear these 2 massive guys. Yeah, generic user forgot again about the Battle Survivor. Diamond Dude is gonna reveal a Mind Crush. Yeah, not looking good. And now we can check, does Dark Gaia start a chain? When this card declares an attack, so it does start a chain. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Hallowed Life Barrier is activated, and at the end of battle phase, that is just added back to the hand. So generic user does have Domoski in a bit of a loop. Here is Archfiend's Oath, so that's gonna pick up a free card every turn. Okay, nice. So Domoski is gonna have to find a Night Beam to snipe the Hallowed Life Barrier. And generic user just keeps picking up free cards every turn. Diamond Dude is gonna reveal the Double Cyclone, so that's a miss. But it's only a matter of time before Diamond Dude picks up something good, right? Shrink is gonna be used on Diamond Dude. Generic user is gonna activate the second Archfiend's Oath, so gonna dig a bit deeper. Yeah, the offerings was on top, and he knows that because of the skill, let's not forget. Diamond Dude is gonna activate, and that's gonna now send the Megaton Magical Cannon. So next turn, yeah, generic user can use the effect of that card. So destroy all cards the opponent controls. Yeah, discarding for hand size limits. Domoski gets to play, but yeah, in the draw phase, the Hallowed Life Barrier was activated. So now generic user goes to the main phase, activates Megaton Magical Cannon, but Domoski has Waboku. Okay, so if Domoski can find a second fusion spell, he might make a comeback. Diamond Dude reveals another Megaton Magical Cannon for good measure. And yeah, now generic user can just resolve that, pop the Vortex Trooper, and winning the duel. So a very exciting one. Lots of interesting cards in that one. Next up is Dan XXX versus Kankaro. I think that's how you say that. And it's going to be Dark Magician versus Cyber Angels. Okay. Dark Magician starting off with just a few set cards. Not where you want to be against Cyber Angel. And Night Beam is going to snipe half counter. When a monster is attacked, the monster gains attack equal to half the original attack of the attacking monster. Okay, so it's kind of like Unbreakable Spirit, but you can have multiple monsters out. Okay. Senju is going to be normal summoned. That's going to search Idaten. We are going to see Benten for Idaten. Oh no, Benten and Idaten for Izana. So yeah, that's going to be 1000 attack boost. The opponent will have to send a back row to the graveyard. So that is a 3/5. And now the Senju getting in, but it's going to be blocked by the Magic Rebo. Even though this card is a, yeah, 1 copy per deck, basically, they always have it. They always have it. Kankaro draws Dark Magician Girl. Unfortunate, he's gonna add Dark Magic Curtain. That's a spicy one. That's a spicy one. The 1000 Knives is gonna try to take out the Izana. But Izana is gonna chain to destroy the Dark Magician and will be protected by the ritual spell being banished from the graveyard. So yeah, Kankaro gonna scoop it up, and we're heading into game number 2. Let's see. You see that Kankaro is also on Premature Burial and Skilled Dark Magician, so a very decked out build of a Dark Magician deck. And then Triple X is gonna go Izana for Idaten. Idaten is gonna add back the ritual spell. And does Izana have an effect when she is tributed? I don't think so. No. So Kankaro gonna special summon out the Dark Magician. Is gonna use the skill to add Magic Rebo. It's gonna normal summon the skilled Dark. It seems like they are fearing the back row, because if they had added 1000 Knives, this would have been game. But they didn't, so the game gets to go on a bit longer. But yeah, Dan Triple X doesn't really have the right resources. Sonic Birds, yeah, it's not gonna get them back in there. So we are going into a game number 3. Kankaro going first, Setting Breaker. That's a play. Yep. Especially since they have like the back row to protect it. But that's probably gonna be sent by the Izana always. Yeah. We are gonna see the second effect of the skill. Discard a spell to add any of the ritual monsters or the ritual spell to the hand. And now activating the ritual spell. Gonna go Idaten for Idaten. So adding back the ritual spell. And then going Idaten Benten for the Izana. Yeah, not really following. Yeah, I think could have gone for a 4-5 attack Izana. That would have just attacked for game here, but it's only gonna be 3-5. But the Dark Magician being very low on life points, it's usually quite dangerous. We're gonna see the Curtain, so only at 250 life points. Using the skill to add Magic Rebo on 250 life points. I don't think there was a good play here, but I'm not sure whether that was a good one. But I think, yeah, either way, this was gonna be over, so it doesn't really matter. Then Triple X is gonna flex a bit more. Almost playing into Nibiru, but yeah, no. Quaking Mirror Force is gonna keep Kankaro alive. Okay. Now it's a pity that they searched out Magic Rebo and not just another copy of Dark Magician. That would have been great here. But it's just gonna have to be Monster Reborn for Dark Magician. Yeah, 1000 Knives on the face down Izana. She cannot be protected by the ritual spell. And Dark Magician is making a comeback. Is it gonna happen? Yeah, because now Dan Triple X has nothing. Kankaro, yeah, it would have been 100 life points short. So Dan Triple X has to draw, and that is not a good draw because this can only search ritual spells. Dan can just activate the ritual spell to ritual summon out Izana. Yeah, that is gonna be their only play, I think. Izana forces the opponent to send a back row, chaining to Benten to search. Breakthrough skill is chained, and that's gonna allow Dan to activate the second effect of Izana, popping the Dark Magician. So is this breakthrough skill activation gonna cost Kankaro the game? It might. Yeah, it will. Very unfortunate there. Apparently not super familiar with the Cyber Angels. Anyway, we are gonna be heading into the next one. This is gonna be Bubble Cat versus that guy. Bubble Cat still on the Cloudians, so we are moving into the round of 8, let's say. And that guy is on a Gaia. That's gonna be tough. because Gaia wants to do piercing damage and the Cloudians cannot exist in defense position. So it's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, we are going to see the Stratus coming down, and this is the one that can remove 2 fog counters to destroy a monster on the field. Galaxy Cyclone is going to take out the Quaking. Here is charging Gaia. I think this should be 19. Yeah, 19 into 11. Normal summon the Acid Cloud. So if this is summoned, plays a fog counter for each Cloudian, plus it gets an extra one from the skill, and this is the one that can destroy spells and traps on the field. And that is indeed what's going to be happening. Chain Mystical Space Typhoon, so no more Legendary Ocean, and now the Stratus is going to remove 2 fog counters to destroy a monster on the field. So bye bye Gaia. Getting in for some damage, but we are seeing that guy has a flips the skill, normal summons Gaia, equips the Solitary Sword, so that's gonna be yay! Attack for game over the Cloudian. Alright. Gaia now being forced to go first. They don't really want to go first. It's just gonna set the Galaxy Cyclone and pass. Bubble Cat is gonna start off with the what's it called, the Acid Cloud. It's gonna remove its 2 fog counters to destroy the Tornado Wall and gets in directly for some minor damage. Gaia is summoned with 1900, can attack over the Acid Cloud for 1400 damage. Here is Cloudian Squall. Strange that they didn't activate this last turn, but activate Legendary Ocean. And now gonna normal summon Nimbus Man, who becomes a level 4. You can tribute any number of water monsters. When it's tribute summoned, plays a fog counter for every water monster you tributed. So it's gonna gain 0 fog counters now. Okay. You are gonna see the sword equipped onto Gaia. Tries to attack for massive damage, but here is Tornado Wall. Who remembers this card? If Umi is on the field, you take no battle damage, and Legendary Ocean is always Umi. But Fairy Wind is chained, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 spells and traps destroyed. That's 1200 damage. And then the Gaia attacking 19 over 500, that's 14. That's gonna be game exactly, if I'm counting correctly. So 19 on 500, exact game, wow. Fairy Wind for game, GG. Unfortunate to see Cloudians go out, but that's how it is, right? We're gonna see a generic user, who we've seen before, is on the very cool Diamond Dude Turbo deck, up against Max Beer on the also very cool Union Hanger deck. So players are definitely bringing the sauce for this event. Generic user is going to start with Donzaluk and is going to try to offer Insta the Doom to the X-Head Cannon, but Sola Luna is chained. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, the X comes back out, here's the Z, and generic user is going to be losing a lot of card advantage and life points pretty early on. Yeah, here's Union Hanger, so yeah. He's going to pop the back row and attack over the Diamond Dudes, and in the battle phase activate Return from a Different Dimension for game. Very painful to see the Diamond Dude Turbo deck go out like this. Anyway, next game. Max Beer with a slower start, no Union Hanger or anything. And he's gonna start things off with the Battle Survivor. Gonna try to attack over the Z Metal Tank, but Sola Luna is gonna flip both of them face down. Galaxy Cyclone is activated. Double Cyclone is gonna be chained, and Hallowed Light Barrier is gonna be chained to that. So Adult Life Barrier, discarding the Megaton. And Double Cyclone gonna take out the Quaking. So both players very low on resources, but Max Beer has the field spell, and that is just an advantage machine. No pun intended. Zed attacking over the Battle Survivor, which is not destroyed by battle. It's gonna be flipped to attack position, gets over the Z, but yeah. Max Beer is now gonna go for the Fusion Summon because they drew the Scramble. And a generic user is gonna barely hang in there. Unfortunate. Galaxy Cyclone forces Adult Life Barrier to be activated in the main phase. Here is Diamond Tooth, and it's gonna reveal the beginning of the end. Okay, so if generic user can survive, next turn they get to draw 3 cards. Here is the attack over Diamond Tooth. And at the end of the battle phase, Diamond Tooth is added back. So generic user still in the game, Generic user gonna start by normal summoning the Diamond Tooth, use the effects, and here it is again, the Megaton Magical Cannon. So next turn that will resolve, if there is a next turn. Now the beginning of the end is activated, so drawing 3. Rota for DD Warrior. And Archfiend's Oath to draw Offerings to the Doomed. Wall of Disruption is set, enter the battle phase, and Offerings is used on the YZ. Diamond Tooth gets in directly, Battle Survivor gets in directly, and at the end of the battle phase, this Offerings to the Doomed is added back to the hand. So now we're seeing Battle Survivor in full swing. In the end phase, the Return from a Different Dimension is activated. Max Beer drawing another Hanger. Immediately goes for the Fusion Summon, tries to get the attack over the Battle Survivor in, but here is Wall of Disruption, so that's gonna shrink down the YZ, and the Battle Survivor adds back the Wall of Disruption. Generic user skips the draw phase, but does get to resolve the effect of Megaton Magical Cannon to destroy. And you cannot chain to it, I think. So yeah, we're gonna see generic user make the draw. And we're heading into game 3. Max Beer being a lad, congratulating the opponent on their very cool deck, and I'm also super happy to see this. Generic user getting to go first, gonna Rota, yeah, to change the order of the deck to get a better draw of Archfiend's Oath, no doubt. Archfiend's Oath is gonna pick up the Wall of Disruption, that's pretty great with the Battle Survivor. Gonna set 2 to play around, you know, the Galaxy Cyclone that we've seen. And Max Beer is not gonna attack. Okay. Here is Diamond Tooth, but that immediately gets flipped face down. None of this nonsense. Archfiend's Oath is gonna add a double Cyclone. Yeah. And passing the turn. So here is Y summoned. Cannot equip Zed because apparently sides out one of the Z's. Diamond Tooth flipped face up, gonna use the effect, and that's the beginning of the end. So next turn, generic user gets to draw 3 cards. Gonna Archfiend's Oath for another copy of Archfiend's Oath. And gonna pause the turn, not gonna try to attack over the White Dragon Head. But here is the big bad XYZ Dragon Cannon. And it's gonna pop the back row. Yeah, that's the bluff. But it's gonna pop the other back row as well. Yeah. Now attacking over the Battle Survivor, but he did his job. Ah, no! In the battle phase, Union Scramble, return from the different dimension. Yeah, that is gonna be it. So generic user is gonna be out. Yes, so but we do see Max Beer advancing with Unions, so that's pretty cool as well. Okay, it is time for Chubby Coelegant versus Dan XXX. So we're gonna see. Also on the Dark Gaia deck with Toons, but with Aroma Strategy, not on it's a Toon World deck. Frankenderp is normal summoned. That's gonna wait. It's gonna stay on top. They don't want the Allure, although you can just Toon Table into Toon Summon Skull if they're on that and just Allure that away, but seems like they're not. Anyway, Dan is gonna pitch the dead main deck Warrior Elimination. We see Offerings. We see... Huh? Okay, yeah. Chubby Quellicant is only on 35, so that is just gonna do it. Yeah. Quick game. That's how Dark Gaia plays, I guess. See Chubby Quellicant bringing in the Dice Wounds against the deck with famously no back row. Let's see how they do. Chubby Quellicant gonna pass the turn. And Dan has a Sonic Bird for the ritual spell. He's gonna pitch Idaten for Benton for Idaten. So Idaten will add back the ritual spell. Benton is gonna search Izana, and this Izana is just gonna hit the field with 3500, and Chubby Quellicant has nothing to stop that. So GG. Last game in the group of 8. It's gonna be Slime Hero versus Zack Pony, and it's gonna be a Gravekeeper mirror match. Almost an identical hand. The only difference is Zack has a Descendant, where Slime Hero has a Stele. So Slime Hero gets the turn. It's gonna add the Necro Valley, and that's gonna be a bit double-sided. We see the Recruiter attacking into the Recruiter. Descendant is summoned. Sola Luna is gonna flip it face down. The skill makes you take no damage on your turn, so not even the 300 damage. Sola Luna is gonna flip this Descendant face down as well. At some point we're gonna have to see some movement in this situation, right? Yeah, Descendant gonna pop the other Descendant, Recruiter is gonna search another Descendant, setting Spy, and trying to get over, but there is a Wabaku. Slime Hero with the Commandant, that's gonna get over the Descendant, and Recruiter is gonna run into Spy, which special summons out another Recruiter. And now Descendant is gonna go ham. Yeah, just crashing these two. I don't get why, because Descendant could have just attacked over. Not even gonna attack directly? I'm missing things. Yeah, there was a direct attack meant to be happening. Commandant is the biggest boy. So let's see whether Zack Pony can out it. They should be able to. But here is Slime Hero with the Stele. So he's gonna normal summon Descendant. That's gonna pop the face down Spy. But Divine Wrath getting in. So a huge swing in momentum in favor of Zack Pony. Yeah, Spy is gonna flip it. Here is the Recruiter, here is Spy, that's gonna pop the face down, and yeah, Zack Pony takes the first one. Let's see here. Yeah, Zack going first with the Spy set. Excellent, that's how you want to start things off. Gonna flip the Spy, yeah, no Divine Wrath in sight. Descendant is gonna tribute that Spy to destroy the face down Recruiter. And oh, this is already enough for game, but there is a Quaking Mirror Force. Yeah. And now Slime Hero has the card advantage. Here we're gonna see Descendant pop Recruiter. Descendant attacks over the other Descendant. They just keep drawing monsters. Lavaku is gonna protect the Descendant. The Descendant is now gonna pop the Commandant. Yeah, this set Commandant is known. Yeah, Sol and Luna switches to defense position. Yeah, face-up defense position. And it cannot switch to attack position, but it can be tributed for Descendant, which is now getting in directly. So, yeah, Commandant attacking over it. So now Slime Hero popping the set Recruiter, running into that trick. Both players low on life points, and Zack just keeps drawing Necro Valleys. And this Quaking Mirror Force isn't gonna do him any good. So we are moving into a game number 3. And after that we can move on to the top 4. It's been a massively long video. Ready for intercepting. I remember playing this in my German Nationals Gravekeeper deck back in 2019. We didn't have Book of Moon or anything like that back then, but we did have Ready for Intercepting. Okay, Zack is gonna run into the guard, so this Descendant will return to the hand. Zack is gonna attack with the guard for 1000, not getting the Necro Valley. Here is the Descendant that is gonna be met with Sol and Luna, so the guard bounces back the set Spy. Yeah, ready for intercepting. Gonna flip the guard face down. The guard is gonna bounce back the other set monster, and now Divine Wrath is gonna take out the Descendant. Ooh, if it wasn't for this Quaking Mirror Force, Zack could have gone for game. I think... No, he was gonna miss out on it. We do see Recruiter taking out the guards. Spy is gonna be flipped. Yeah, Descendant can go ham on the back row now. No Waking the Dragon inside. So Descendant can attack over the Recruiter. That is gonna add the Commandant. Yeah, very useful in a mirror match for the high stats. Yeah. Here is Recruiter being normal summoned for Zack the Pony. Sol and Luna is gonna flip up the guard. So yeah. We finally see Slime Hero trying to get in, but yeah, the Commandant, his attack won't be going through. Here we see Descendant destroying the Commandant, but not being able to get over the guard. We see some visual glitching from DuelingBook, very cool. But, the Descendant getting in, and that is gonna attack Slime Pony directly, or should I say Zack Pony. No slimes on that side of the field. Zack has the Commandant to try to attack over the Descendant. That is going to be successful. Slime Hero left with only Recruiters, but there is the Stele. So can set the guard, but Zack Pony with the best top deck possible. Descendant gonna tribute the Commandant to destroy the guard. So GG. And we're moving on to the top 4. We're gonna see that guy versus Max Beer. So Gaia versus XYZ. And Max Beer going second, but starting off with Union Hanger. That's where you want to be. So Y equip Z. That's gonna attack for 2100. Yep. No Sphere Kuribo being used yet. We do see Gaia with the sword. Basically get met with Quaking Mirror Force. going for the fusion summon, and YZ can destroy face downs. But this is all just to set up for the big return play next turn. Yeah, that guy drawing charging guy up, it's not gonna be enough. Book of Moon is used. So yeah, Max Beer could have gone for the return play here and tried to attack for game, but that would not have played around the Sphere Kuriboh. But yeah, it's all gonna be for nothing because that guy admitting defeat. So we are moving on to the next game. We see Maxi, I think for the first time in Duel Showdown. That is crazy. Yeah. And it's not even too bad because if it's dead, you can discard it with the skill, I guess. Yeah, but this summon doesn't start a chain, so yeah, can't maxi that. That guy's just leaving. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we are going to be seeing Zach Boney on Gravekeepers again versus Dan Triple X on the Cyber Angels. I think this is a very favored for Gravekeepers, but let's see it. Senju for what's that? Idaten added. We're gonna see Idaten, no, Benten for Idaten, so both will get to trigger their effects. And now distributing Idaten and the Senju for the Izana. Izana forces the opponent to send a Spell Trap, but it's just gonna chain the Waboku. Zach Boney has the command, so that is gonna access the Necro Valley, and that prevents the effect in grave of Machine Angel Ritual from being used. Special summoning the wrong one. Yeah. Dan X is gonna allow the take backseat. Cannot banish from the grave, so yeah, this Descendant is just gonna go ham on all of these ritual girlies and gets in for 2k, and I believe there's nothing that Dan can draw, so yeah, they are gonna set to scoop it up. Descendant is gonna pop the bluff set ritual spell, and thanks to offerings, Dan can survive, but they don't get a draw phase, so Zach can just almost summon another 2k beatstick. Dan choosing to go second. Here is Zach with the Necro Valley. We're gonna see Senju being normal summoned. Activate the ritual spell, so Benten for Idaten. Idaten chaining 1, Benten chaining 2, and Zach is gonna allow that. Yeah, so adding the ritual spell, adding another Idaten. Skill is used, pitching 1 to add another Benten. Okay. Ritual spell is used. Idaten for Benten this time. Idaten is gonna let the girlies gain 1000 attack, but that's gonna be met with Divine Wrath, so now they are all not strong enough to get over the Spy. Yeah, or this Descendant for that matter. Yeah, play goes back to Zach, who is just gonna set the guard and go to town on these ritual monsters. So yeah, things are not looking good for Dan, who does get to add Benten, but that's not gonna be very useful. Yeah, we are gonna be seeing a concession soon. The skill is gonna put back a ritual spell into the deck, but I'm not sure whether that would be negated by Necro Valley, but I'm not sure, but wasn't it ruled at some point that a skill is not a card effect? That's why Twisted Personality popping Zombina wouldn't get the effect. Might have been something like that. Anyway, we are gonna see Zach Boney do some cleanup, and we are gonna be seeing Gravekeepers versus Unions in the finals. Unions wanting to banish, so that might be tough for them. Yeah, immediately getting the Necro Valley out, setting the Recruiter. Max Beer with a field spell of their own, so we're getting this really cool split screen effect. Y being summoned, that's going to equip the Z. And yeah, you have to try to pop the Phase-Out monster, right? There is a Book of Moon, and it is indeed going to be activated. Descendant Tribute Recruiter, that's going to destroy the YZ. And gets in directly for half the life points. In the end phase, Union Scramble is activated. Max Beer choosing not to activate to equip. Maybe wanting to keep Z in the deck for later. But here is X, and it's going to be XYZ Dragon Cannon. Gonna try to pop the Necro Valley. Yeah, then banishing the Union Scramble to add back the X-Head Cannon and using that to pop. Oh no, to normal summon. And yeah, X can attack over, but yeah, that was the second normal summon of the turn, so that wasn't correct. But anyway, this Descendant will be attacked over. And yeah, things are gonna get a bit tough for Zach Pony now. Yeah. The XYZ is gonna destroy the Phase-Out Recruiter. A guard is added, but no way that Max is gonna let that guard resolve. Yeah, it would have had to have been Sol and Luna for turn to get there. But yeah, we do see the guard being destroyed, and Unions take game 1. Very cool. Let's continue. We see Max Beer again with the Union Hanger in the hand. Man, I never draw this card. So yeah, Y being normal summoned, equipping the Z, going for the YZ, and that can destroy Phase-Out monsters. So it's pretty much the best one to have against Gravekeepers. Guard is set. In the main phase, yeah, YZ is gonna try to destroy, but Sola Luna is activated, and that is gonna be bouncing the YZ back to the extra deck. Play goes back to Zach, who's gonna attack with the phase down attack position guard. Yeah, for 15. Things are getting very tough now. Book of Moon on the guard as well. DB keeps glitching here, but yeah. What can Max Beer do even? Apparently banish Galaxy Cyclone, but you cannot do that. Necro Valley says that you cannot banish. Is this really gonna be the difference maker? Not like this, Max Beer. You know this. You know this. But Zach Pony draws everything they need to get back into the game. So the card is gonna have to be Book of Moons. This game is probably close to over. Yeah, it is. It is. I think that's like the second week in a row that we see people banishing Galaxy Cyclone under Necro Valley. And we do see both cards here, so it might happen again. And no back row from Zach. Union Hanger again in the opening hand. Yeah, that's how you get to finals. Y equip Z, and that is gonna Fusion Summon, destroy the set Spy. And things are looking very good for Max Beer here. Gonna set the Spy. Banish to pop the Necro Valley, but now Zach is calling them out. So yeah, YZ is just gonna destroy this face down Spy, and Max Beer is gonna win Duel Showdown 209 on Unions. So definitely unique. Guys, I was Ryan Atlas. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't also already. Bye.